Do you ever feel like you're not doing enough at home with your finances, in your relationships, with your kids, and everywhere else? I know I sure have. Inside this episode, we're going to talk about if what you're doing is actually enough. Because this is the Your Money, Your Life podcast where ambitious women come together to have clarity, prosperity, and confidence with their money without sacrificing precious time and well deserved fun. So let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. We're talking today about if you're doing enough. Like if you have that feeling, you lay in bed at night, and you're like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Is this enough? Do I need to be doing more? And then I think we go down the trail of like, how the heck do I do more? Because I know we're all busy. But let's talk about this today, because especially if you're involved in the personal development industry, and I'm willing to bet if you're listening to this show, you are, we can hear constantly that we need to, reinvent ourselves and do better and to grow. And yes, that's true. And I'm a fan of becoming better, but you're enough. Just say it with me out loud. Okay. Just say, I am enough. Ready? I am enough. My daughter came in when I was preparing this episode, and she said that she wanted a paper, which is like a notebook paper that I had set aside for notes. And I no longer needed. So she saw it like sitting there in a stack. And so she said she wanted the paper and a black pen, just like me, because I am very particular about like the pens that I use. There's a certain one, and she knows that. And she wanted that pen too. And we know logically, if you have children or if you're an aunt or anything like that, like, they're watching. Like logically, we know that. But how many times have we been guilty that we end up snapping or saying, not right now, because we haven't fill in the blank yet. Not right now, because we haven't recorded this podcast episode. Not right now, because I haven't cleaned the house. Not right now, because I have to go make dinner. Not right now, because something. Or maybe it's, we'll be able to do this whenever I hit this goal. We'll go to the zoo. We'll take a vacation when I hit this goal. Or I can take a day off when I'm making $1,000 a month. I can say yes to making French toast when I hit this level. Yes, we want to grow, and that is important. But I want to be happy and present where I'm at now. And I know that you do too. So let's work on Let's work on doing this so that you know that your kids see that, their mommy was there for them. They see the example of a well-rounded life. They see you take time for yourself. They see that you spend quality time with them too. They see you do pursue what you love. And they see that I do make time to date my husband still. And I'm not aware of a way that you can do that if you're just rushing to hit the next goal, because it's never enough. There's never another goal. So how do you find this balance? How do you find this balance of being happy and content and fulfilled and at peace with where you're at now and still wanting to grow? I think it just boils down to saying yes more, which is easier said than done, right? But even like the French toast example, if you follow me on Instagram, you watch my stories, about once a week now, I make homemade French toast for my kids. Really 2 out of the 3 of them will eat it, but at least once a week we're doing this. And as more kids are eating and as they're growing, they're consuming more. So it might be more frequently. And it's not every day that I can do the French toast. There's certain days that just don't work, but I do have certain days where I'm okay. I build that flexibility in my schedule. If it takes me longer to do something, like I say yes, because I want to be able to do that. That's just as important to me, to be able to be present and do things like that. Now, making French toast for you might not be a thing, but it was something that we asked for. And yes, I logically know we can go buy freezer French toast, like pre-made freezer French toast at the store. And that technically would be a possibility, but it tastes better homemade. And this is something that is important to me because I want them to see the well-rounded life. This is why I take one day off a week to be able to relax. And we do this consistently, and we make time to do things even when there's a lot of pressure with the deadlines to get stuff done in my business, and we want to hit these goals. And there can even be like financial obligations. Like there's a little bit more pressure right now to get things done and get things prepped because we're going to have a baby in a couple months. But there's also not losing myself and my priorities in the process, that you find that balance that we work between. But again, like I said, easier said than done, right? There's outside media influences, social media, movies, marketings, and they all scream and talk about or promote comparitis because how amazing everybody else is doing. That's all we see is the highlight reel, right? Not the behind the scenes. But I'm not here to put anyone down, but we have no idea what's real and what's fake on social media. Like there's so many people out there pretending they have all this success. They create this mirage that they want you to see, but inside they're falling apart. And I don't want that for you. Managing your mindset and your energy are definitely two very key parts to moving forward. And like that, they're two of the first steps that we talk about inside Money Masters Inner Circle Academy. So if you're not on the wait list to receive the extra bonuses, just so you can step into unstoppable in your finances and your life, just jump on the wait list. This is going to be a life-changing program. And I know that's kind of cliche. Like people talk about that all the time, but I really see that in all of the work that we're putting into revamping the academy to make it ready and the best experience possible for you, and call it like a 2.0 version. I'm so excited about that because this part here, feeling like we're doing enough, and the mindset work and being content and happy and being able to live your priorities, this is the part that I feel like I have taken to the next level over the last 12 to 18 months or so. And this is the part that we need to get to be able to see results in your finances. And of course, we talk about all the tangible things. We talk about, those big factors with your mindset and the switches that we need to make within your finances. But at the end of the day, when you can be happy with where you're at now, that is so fulfilling. There's so much less stress and pressure when you're able to truly be present where you're at now. And I know you might be saying, you don't get it, Aimee, you don't know the situation. Honestly, like you don't know necessarily our situation. I'm transparent and I talk a lot about it, but there are factors that we don't talk about. There's pressures and things going on that could bring me down easily. And we don't have to let it be that way. There was a training that I was listening to at the beginning of the year. It was called Unapologetically You in 2022. Sarah Dan is the one that put it together, and she told the story. And that was honestly the first program that I had ever bought to her. It just really spoke to me. And I know that there's always things that line up when we're looking at these things. But this story really spoke to me. She was getting ready to record this challenge training for the day, for the challenge. It was a 22-day challenge to kick off the new year, right? And she recorded it. It was talking about this process, and she was getting ready to take a bath, and it felt like she needed to pull up, personal development training or something to listen to improve, because, we feel that pressure to constantly work on improving and getting better, right? And in that moment, she realized, like, you know what, this is enough. I'm doing enough. It is okay to sit here and take a bath and enjoy something that I love without having to spend every moment filled with personal development and training and moving forward and making yourself better. And that really resonated with me because I know I've been guilty of that. Like I'm sitting here, okay, I need to find something to listen to, something to improve. But sometimes it's okay. It is enough. You're doing enough. We talk about in the business side of things inside Money Masters Inner Circle Academy with the DMO, especially those of us that are personal development junkies, like we have to limit how much we're doing because we can get sucked into just learning, and then we're not doing. And I don't want that for you. And I want you to know truly like what you're doing is enough. And yes, I'm talking about Money Masters Inner Circle Academy, another thing for you to do. And I really created this as a tool to go alongside you. So it's there like when we need it, and we can take those pieces, but it's not about a pace of pressure. Like I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. Like this is truly a passion project for me because I've learned from all of our experiences over the last 10 years and really 10 plus years, but 10 years actually in business, that so many things. And I want to save you from those mistakes that I've made. And honestly, we're all going to make mistakes, and that's part of the reason why the support's there. But I do want you to feel the confidence and peace in knowing that you are doing enough. And if you are still somebody that is continually stuck laying in bed at night, like, am I doing enough? Is this enough? What can I do? How can I make this better? Am I doing what I need to? I just want you to stay with me. Your challenge is going to be short and sweet today. I want you to look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am enough, 3 different times today throughout the day. Okay. Take a screenshot, send me a message on Instagram. Let me know if this was helpful for you today. And we'll see you next time on the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Bye for now.